Hi there! Welcome to the Vermont Animal Guides. My name's Hunter and this here's Bud. Today we're going to be going over a very important topic of hunter safety.
That's right. Hi there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Last couple episodes we took you through some really important hunting methods, but today we're going to advise you on how to loosely incorporate safety into your hunting methods.
That's right. Now here's a list of things you're going to need to keep yourself safe when you're out in the woods. First thing you're going to want is a flashlight. And get one of those big bastards. If you're like me or Bud, you'll be out there all night spotlighting deer.
Yep.
Next thing you're going to want is a compass. Now, I don't personally know how to read a compass, but
I don't know how to read in general, so go out there with one if you need it.
that's right. Next thing you're going to want, bring out some beer or liquor to keep you warm.
And to make precise decisions.
That's right. Next thing you're going to want to do is bring out some warm clothing, because this ain't going to be a day on the beach.
Layers are for slayers.
That's right. Next you're going to want to bring out your orange vest. Now personally, I don't wear one, but you can go ahead and wear one if you're not into shooting buck. Now them animal folks say that deer are colorblind, and that is true, but deer smell color.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. Now, last but not least, when you get out in the woods, make sure that you brought your dog.
Now, let's talk about safety precautions when you're out hunting with your dog. It don't matter if you're hunting whitetail, duck, or squirrel. If you're out with your dog, make sure he's not drinking more beer than you are. Because God forbid, if your dog's drunk, and you haul off and you shoot a mallard and it dive bombs into the pond, and it goes out to retrieve it, and that son of a bitch drowns because it's drunk, Christ, you could be charged with murder.
That's right. You go to jail forever. A big topic in hunter safety is the ethical shot. Now, the ethical shot's when you try to hit the deer broadside right through the heart.
Broadside!
But I know that Bud and I have taken down deer in quite a few different fashions. One time, shot one right in the knee. Survived.
It did, but its hoof went right into the tree.
Blew the antlers off a really nice buck, and that ruined the chances of trying to get him mounted.
It's always tough.
It was. Remember that time you tried that trick shot after you drank about a gallon worth of brandy?
That was the behind the back shot like this, when I accidentally hit a moving propane tanker, and holy Christ, that was the biggest fireball I've ever seen. I think we started a forest fire that day, unfortunately.
That's right. That day I lost my eyebrows. Another thing I'd like to address is your local state limit. Instead of abiding by those numbers, I'd like you to multiply them by 2 or 3. Because you and I both know damn right, if you get the chance to haul out 2 or 3 bucks, you're going to do it sure as shit.
That's well said, Hunter. If we're being honest, not all hunters are sharpshooters. Every now and then the common hunter will tip back 1 or 2 many beers and fire a shot that they think is nice, but I can sure as shit tell you, I don't want a buck mounted on my wall that has an exit wound in its head.
That's right. You don't want to be mounting up Swiss cheese. Oh, and make sure that the deer's not standing in front of a milk cow. I've made that mistake more than once.
Yep, you have, and we might as well use that as the cow tip of the day. Now, let's talk briefly about the safety on your rifle. Whether you use it or not is completely up to you. However, I'll tell you, the only place where I put my rifle on safety is at the pearly gates of heaven. And I ain't never been to the pearly gates of heaven, so I sure as shit has never put my rifle on safety.
Sounds about right. I only put my rifle on safety once a week, and that's when I go into church, because I'm not looking to piss off Jesus.
So, if you get back to your truck after a long day of hunting, and you're too drunk to remember if there's a round in the chamber, go ahead and point that smoke wagon straight up in the air and pull the trigger. If she pops off, then you're going to want to get in your truck and go on your merry way nice and quick, because eventually that round will come straight back down.
That's right. It's a good idea if you're not in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
You remember that time when you shot one up and it hit that deer?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was that one time I did the same thing. I pointed my rifle straight up in the air and it popped off, so we got the hell out of there. We did a lap around our hunting spots, came back, and sure as shit, there was a deer knocked out right where we parked. So Hunter got out and stabbed it to death. Anyways, we'll be back after these short messages.
God damn, I fell down in a rut.
Shit, Tim. You look sadder in a wet fur.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I feel even worse than that.
I'm pretty gloomy too. I just went down to the thrift store and killed a 12-pack and Sharon dumped me. I don't know how I'm gonna go on.
Oh Christ, I got a scout meeting in about 25 minutes and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I want to go drown myself in some toilet water.
I feel like I'm going uphill in a shitstorm.
Hi there, bud.
Christ, Tim, you look pathetic. Hunter, you look like someone shit your pants.
Feels like it.
Well, I got an idea. You boys should suck down Donnie Barlow's squirrel anal gland antidepressant. Made from the finest, most succulent gray squirrel anal gland in all of New England. Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don.
I wonder what them there raccoons think when they're rummaging through my garbage in the carport. Must be like opening a treasure chest every time. Never know what kind of treasure they're gonna run into. Maybe a Jiffy Mart ham sandwich. Some pizza crust. Fuck, half a donut or something. Christ, that's it. I'm gonna start calling them garbage pirates. You know what? I wonder if them garbage pirates been scouting my suppers. Seems like they're always banging out a rubbish party in the dumpster after taco night. Holy Christ. I tell you what, them bastards sure do get upset when I interrupt their fiesta. Shit. I wish I could sick my dog rifle on them raccoons hurling garbage all over my lawn. That dumb bastard of a dog would be balls deep chewing trash with them garbage pirates. That'd be quite the sight. Holy Christ. I just realized I'm 13 beers deep. And I ain't pissed yet. I guess all this thinking got me thirsty. I'm sure done with this shit. I can't think any longer. Well, bye now.
Welcome back to Vermont Animal Guides. Our next segment, we're going to be going ahead and reading some fan email that's come in, and luckily we got our emails fixed, so we don't got any more pictures of men's wieners. These are actual real emails from people. And the first email that I have here is from Donnie from Portland. And he writes, last episode you guys covered hunting from a tree stand.
Yep.
We did, that's right. And he says, what about tree stand safety? Well, that's a good catch there, Donnie. Well, let's just get this right out of the way right now. If you haven't fallen out of a tree stand, it's because you're not trying hard enough, or you're not drunk enough.
Listen, Don, I'm going to go ahead and give you the ripe old shit email.
That's right. Well, I think you got the next email. Is that
I
correct?
do. The next email comes in from Brian F. in Burlington, Vermont. Nice town. Brian asks, do frogs have a watertight asshole? Well, it's a great question, Brian, and I tell you what, yes they do. That's why they make so much noise out their mouth, because they ain't buttholes too tight to fart. And it must be quite painful to try to squeeze out a turd with that tight of an asshole. That about wraps it up for this week's Vermont Animal Guide, and
Yep.
we appreciate you tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.
That's right.
Bye now.
See ya.
Good stuff this time, tell you what.
Yeah, no wieners this time.
No jacks.
Frog.
Frog's asshole. I ain't thought about a frog's asshole since I was,
I didn't even know they had that.
The goal of this show is to provide you with insight on all sorts of topics that Vermonters deem crucial. Most of this advice is delivered after the consumption of at least a 12-pack of ice-cold beer. If at any point in time you find yourself to be offended or disagree with the instructions provided, please immediately go find a black bear to give you some kisses and hugs. Thank you.